Hey there, it's Christy with the Bold Move Makers, where I teach people how to reclaim their power, lead boldly, and be the change that you want to see in the world. And today I want to talk about one of our favorite words, and that is change. Yesterday, when I woke up, I heard the word resilience, and that was something that was like, what does it really mean to be resilient? And I talked about in my last post about really seeing resilience like a palm tree and how that palm tree may bend, but it doesn't break. And likewise, the word change also brings about the same feelings that I had yesterday. So, in a moment of transparency, today I received some really bad news, and it's not news anybody wants to hear. And I think when we do receive bad news, we immediately start to think about, man, what am I going to adjust in my life? What things do I have to shift? How am I going to make it to this next chapter? What's around the corner? And all of those thoughts really started to come to my mind, but I've decided to take a moment and pause. Now, in that pause, I thought to myself, how am I going to attach, you know, and prescribe myself my own medicine? How am I going to use my own medicine for myself dealing with an unexpected change, news that I didn't want? And so I really want to become the type of person that can weather the storms, that really does believe that resilience is possible, knowing how much that I've come through, and what does that mean for how I approach helping others to overcome as well. Because part of my mission is to empower, and that empowerment comes through wisdom, and wisdom can only be gained through experience. And so, no matter where you are in your change journey, whether that's change with a job, maybe change with a system or a process that you're working on. If you're in leadership, that's changing in leadership. For some it may be change in their personal life, change in the way that you live your life every single day. And when unexpected change happens, it immediately can throw you into a tailspin, or it can cause you to reflect on all of the wins along the journey of life that can help you to prescribe a new way of thinking and being, and give you a chance to be innovative. And when I say innovative, people automatically think, oh, a new product or a new technology. But innovative in your mindset can be a new way of thinking. And all innovation starts with thought. And if you think about being clouded with frustration, with doubt, with fear of the unknown, it can keep us from embracing the change necessary for creativity. So, in some ways, yes, the upset, the immediate shock, the immediate loss or feelings are there. And numbness, some of that is true for me. I think that at some point I'll process, you know, the change. But remembering back over the years of all of the times that I've faced unexpected storms, and thinking about the idea of bending but not breaking, it's given me a new perspective. And I think that's what I want to leave with you. When you think about change, does it immediately cause you to run into fear, to run into self doubt, to run into uh, thoughts of depression, anxiety? Does it make your heart race? I can't say for a few seconds that I didn't have a rush of emotion, but the calmness of understanding that some things are outside of our control. Change always is hard because the first thing we want to do is hold on to what's familiar, to think about all of the things that we're losing, and we don't immediately run to the things that we can embrace through change. We can embrace new thought patterns. We can embrace hopefulness. We can embrace the pain. We can embrace the hurt as well. And two things can be true at the same time. But this time with the change, I think that strategic thinking is going to be the best friend. Faith will be a best friend. Hope will be a best friend. Trust will be a best friend. Not running to the things that are negative, fighting against the urge and the pull to sit too long in depression, but taking the time to process, accept, and then take the time that's necessary, I suppose, and still allowing myself to understand that change is necessary to catapult us into the next season. And I do think there are great seasons ahead, even if the world doesn't look like there's great opportunity. But in great times of distress, I also believe there are great times of innovation, great times of togetherness, great times of hope that are bred out of tough times. And I want to be a proponent of that. I want to advocate for that. I want to be the example for that. And I want to help you also embrace the change, accept the new, and lean into what's next. And so, in your journey, if you're like me today and you receive some unexpected news, welcome to the club. It's not just you. Man, I think sometimes the feelings that can overwhelm us, we're human. But don't lose that spark. I understand what it is to go through and have to reassess and dial it back, to shift a few of your lifestyles and change how we operate in the world for a period of time. And I also believe that those times don't last forever. And just as seasons change, I do believe that God's faithfulness is the one thing that is forever. I believe that grace can carry you where your heart may be troubled. I do believe that there's hope and peace available. And that, it's not that we're not going to wake up and we're not going to have a feeling in a moment. And I believe strongly in acceptance, but not wallowing, because we got too much to do. And so I hope that, as you start to process your change, that we can think through, what does it mean? What's the next step? How do we evolve? How do we do something that we've never done? Whether that's how do we prepare for the next steps? How do we educate ourselves on something new? How do we, recreate ourselves and reinvent who we are, no matter what age you are? If you aren't highly creative, it's interesting because there's so many people that I talk to that don't think they have something creative in their gene pool. They're like, I don't know how to do anything. But I beg of you to really think through, what do you love? And I know something will open up for you. So until next time, let's go through this change together, guys. All right. Talk to you later.